Taylor's W.O. feat once again redefined pop stardom with the release of her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl. An album that didn't just meet expectations, it obliterated them. In its first week, Showgirl sold an astonishing 4 million copies in the United States alone, rewriting every record book in modern music history. The achievement surpasses Adele's legendary 25, making Swift's latest release the biggest debut of the century. This isn't just about numbers, it's about a moment in culture. A moment where music, fandom, and storytelling collided into something larger than life. Taylor Swift didn't just drop an album, she crafted an event, one that blurred the line between art and audience. From the moment Showgirl was revealed in a surprise announcement during Travis and Jason Kelce's New Heights podcast, the internet lit up with excitement. The news spread faster than wildfire across social platforms, and within hours, pre-saves and pre-orders shattered every existing record. Before a single song was released, Showgirl had already become the most pre-saved album of all time. When October 3rd arrived, the world stopped. The Life of a Showgirl didn't simply debut, it exploded. Of its 4 million units, over 3.4 million were pure album sales, both physical and digital, a figure unseen in the streaming era. And among them, 1.2 million were vinyl records, setting a new all-time high in the vinyl revival era. Taylor Swift once again proved that in an age of short attention spans and fleeting hits, people still believe in owning her music. But the numbers tell only part of the story. Every single track from Showgirl entered the Billboard Hot 100, occupying the top 12 positions, a feat no other artist in history has achieved. Its lead single, The Fate of Ophelia, took the No. 1 spot, becoming an instant fan favorite and critical darling. For one magical week, Taylor Swift's name filled the entire top of the charts. With Showgirl, Taylor claimed her 15th No. 1 album on the Billboard 200, surpassing Drake and Jay-Z to become the solo artist with the most chart-topping albums in history. Now, only the Beatles stand above her, and even that gap seems destined to close. This isn't just dominance. It's legacy in motion, but Swift's brilliance isn't just in her voice, it's in her vision. The Showgirl era was a masterclass in marketing, creativity, and connection. She released multiple album variants, exclusive vinyl editions, collectors' CDs, and special art book versions, each designed like a piece of theater merchandise. Superfans lined up to buy more than one copy, treating each edition as a collectible artifact. To elevate the moment even further, Swift launched a theatrical event, the official release party of a Showgirl. The experience featured behind-the-scenes footage, cinematic visuals, and lyrical storytelling that pulled fans even deeper into her creative world. The event grossed over $15 million in pre-sales within just one day, turning the album release into a global box office sensation. It wasn't just a listening experience, it was a performance. Creatively, Showgirl is a more focused and intentional album compared to her sprawling past projects. Working alongside longtime collaborators Max Martin and Shellback, Taylor crafted a tight 12-track record that blends bold production with poetic intimacy. She described it as alive, theatrical, and deeply personal, a reflection of what happens behind the curtain of her era's tour. Much of the album, she revealed, was written during small breaks on tour, on planes, and hotel rooms, between shows, giving it a sense of immediacy and emotion rarely felt in modern pop. Critics and fans alike couldn't stop talking. Some called it her most polished and cohesive work to date, while others argued it leaned too heavily into spectacle. But no one could deny its impact. In 2025, a time dominated by streaming and short-form trends, Taylor Swift moved 4 million full albums in 1 week. That's not just success, that's cultural gravity. Globally, The Life of a Showgirl mirrored that same success. In the UK, it became her 14th No. 1 album, selling over 423,000 units in its debut week, the biggest international opening of the year. On vinyl, it achieved the highest first week sales in British chart history. Across Europe, from Germany to France, every major market saw swift sweep of the album and singles charts simultaneously. It was a worldwide coronation. Within the US, Showgirl now stands as the fastest selling album in modern SoundScan history, surpassing every major pop, rock, and rap release since the 90s. To many, it marks the end of one music era and the beginning of another, defined by Swift's artistry, fandom, and control. For Taylor herself, the moment was emotional. She reflected on how her debut album in 2006 sold just tens of thousands in its first week, a time when she was still fighting for recognition. Now, nearly 2 decades later, she's breaking her own records on a scale no one thought possible. In her words, every number feels like a conversation with the fans, one I never take for granted. But perhaps the most exciting part is what comes next. The life of a showgirl isn't the end of a chapter, it's the start of something bigger. Swift has already announced a Disney Plus docuseries titled The End of an Era, premiering December 12th, chronicling her final tour moments and the making of Showgirl. Alongside that, a concert film, The Final Show, will combine music from the Tortured Poets Department and Showgirl into one cinematic celebration of her journey. So, what's next for an artist who's done everything? That's the question. Can anyone match the balance of showmanship, storytelling, and sincerity that Taylor brings to every era? If history has taught us anything, it's that Swift's evolution never stops. Each album is more than music. It's a cultural event, a collective experience that defines its time. The life of a showgirl isn't just a triumph for Taylor Swift. It's proof that music can still feel personal, theatrical, and real in a world that moves too fast. It's the story of a woman who turned her life into art, and in doing so, reminded the world that superstardom can still have heart. And as the curtain falls on this era, one thing is certain: Taylor Swift didn't just make history. She became it,